and welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny and this is Creating Crafts with Jenny. And on my channel I currently upload 2 times a week, Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays is I've dedicated to Dollar Tree or dollar friendly crafts. So it may be the Dollar Tree and maybe Five Below, Walmart, discounted craft places. And then on Wednesday we throw the budget out the window and we just paint whatever. So the other day I was doing a Five Below video, and it got me thinking, because what happens is, if you're anything like me and you're wanting to start this, you're asking yourself, where do I start? Do I go to Michael's? Do I go to a craft store? Do I log into Amazon and just start buying stuff? Well, that's one way to start. But out of these 4 bottles of paint, well, you're going to get a picture that is probably consistent of pink. Yeah. But what if you're saying, well, I like pink, but I want my pictures to be more colorful? Where can I go to find out more information about that? Well, one of the best places that I have found, and yes, it is another place that can be overwhelming, is Pinterest. I probably have, if you go to my Pinterest site, thousands and thousands and thousands of acrylic paint pictures and stuff like that. So it's like, but where do I start? So the other day I came across color palettes. Now if you're into makeup and stuff like that, you're familiar with the color palette. Basically it's a set of colors that somebody has gone before us and said, if you work with these 4 or 5 colors, you're going to achieve things that you want to achieve. I said, okay, so I will list the color palette thing that I will be working on in the next month or so, because I probably have 4 or 5 sitting over here that I want to give them a try, to see if this is a way to go, what my thoughts are on it, before you go spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on paint and then find out that you don't really use them all. Okay, so what I have down here is I have a pretty peach, I have a gold, I have a dark blue, I have an aqua color, and I have a burgundy. And this color palette is telling me that if I use these colors, that they're going to go together. So let's try it. Okay. I have mixed my peach with a little bit of glue. I actually grabbed the Dollar Tree glue. And I've got a pouring medium. Now the reason I do this is because I like to see how the paints react to other mediums being on the canvas, and a lot of times that's when you get like your cells and stuff like that. Now it may work and it may not work, but I'm hoping it will. So I've stirred this peach to the point where I've got it to a consistency that I like. I have 2 cups here full of Floetrol. Let me grab some cups. So I'm going to make up some colors, and I think I may use one of my pouring bowls, so we'll see. Or I may just, yeah, I think I'll use one of my pouring bowls. So let me make some of this paint. And the cool thing about these are colors that because sometimes I just feel like I want to close my eyes and guess on what colors to pick. And I was like, I don't know. I'm sure, and that's how I found these color palettes. And there are thousands of them out there. So you have a lot to choose from. So you just have to pick which one you think will best fit your needs, right? Yeah. Okay. Now if you're doing paint, and the cool thing about these are colors that because sometimes I just feel like I want to close my eyes and guess on what colors to pick. And I was like, I don't don't know. I'm sure, and that's how I found these color palettes. And there are thousands of them out there. So you have a lot to choose from. So you just have to pick which one you think will best fit your needs, right? Yeah. Okay. Now if you're doing paintings for commission, that sort of thing, most likely the person's going to tell you what colors they want you to use. And they may even say, whatever you do, do not use a particular color. Because, you know, as we're grew up, you know, it was like, for whatever reason, you needed to stay away from oranges or greens or whatever because it was a taboo color. It's probably grade school stuff, but we all remember those days, don't we? Let's see. Oh, gotta use this one. I should have used smaller cups, so that's okay. And you can see what my consistency is. I just put a little bit of paint in the bottom and then I stir it, and then I look for that warm honey consistency. And sometimes I let them sit for a few minutes before I actually paint with them. It allows some of the bubbles to come up to the top. Some paints stir in easier than others. Some will give you trouble. And paint can actually go bad. Like crazy. In its original container. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've used this one. This one's pretty. It's got a kind of like a neon-ish turquoisey color. You can use water, you can use Floetrol, you can use glue to mix in the paints. Sometimes when I'm doing my more budget-friendly things, I'll just say, hey, or the paint comes what they call pour ready, which means you don't have to mix anything. It's already watered down for you. Ready to go. Okay. Oh, cool. Always helps if I open them before I start my show. Seal it on top so they don't have to seal it inside. Makes sense, right? Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of my pouring cups and let's see, which one do I want to use? I got 5 colors. Yeah, okay, use this one. Let's see what I'm doing here. Go to the side. Let's do. This pink is really pretty. It's supposed to be like a burgundy. It's really pretty though. Let's see, I'll do another light color. Blue. always like it when I have paint left over, because it's like either I can do another project, or it looks like it's like we need to swipe it and start over. Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm going to fill it up again. Just a little bit more. I like these corn cups, but they're little, so it's like, yeah, here we go. Wow, that's pretty. Goodness. Oh. I thought he was done for. Wish I had put gloves on. Yeah. Oh, and a smock. Okay. Oh my lands. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Okay. Oh my hands, guys. Oh, it is. It's beautiful. Oh gosh, no. Let me do. It's almost done for. I'm speechless. That doesn't happen very often. It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it was the peach. Here's the interesting thing. The peach had this stuff in it. This and a little bit of glue. Here's some of my peach. This guy here just had Floetrol in it. It was the Crafter Smart, it was a matte, which is funny. Matte acrylic paint. It was a golden brown. And then the blue was Chester's Craft. You can't go wrong with these guys. It was a navy blue. Beautiful. This is Spree. It says it's outdoor and it's crimson. Pretty. One, the burgundy. And then we had the aqua green, which was also a metallic paint. I picked it basically because of its color, and not so much because it had metallic stuff in it. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it, and it looks like it's showing pretty good on camera. I think it was kind of cool that I filled it up twice. I poured it, and I filled it up again. So like a double pour, not at the same time, but independently. And then I poured again. Well, then when I was pouring the second time, I was looking for empty spots, you know, where I could still see the canvas. Look at this. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it is just breathtaking. Gorgeous. I mean, I like how it's got a vein in here. And see where it's like the river stops and then it tries to go over and then it goes on. And when I was adding the torch to it, I was taking it kind of slow over some of these areas, and you could see where this this color here, Crafter Smart, and Crafter Smart is not, it's a good paint, but it's not a high-end paint. It's not your super duper expensive paint. They're the ones that you see a lot in packages like this, where they'll have like 5 or 6 colors, and then yeah. In fact, I probably bought that in a package of 3 or 4, possibly. And you see where the color's changing a little bit in this area here to colors that I didn't use, more like a purple or almost kind of like a muddy color. But it adds to the painting. And this right here, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll take some close-up pictures. And this right here, my goodness gracious. Okay, so for one, I like this color palette. I liked how it looks. I like how the colors look up against each other. And unless I was doing the color palette thing, I don't know that I would have picked those colors. I'm not a big fan of peach, so I have a tendency to stay away from it. I like this color. I usually like more fire in my gold than what I see here. It's more of a muted gold. And the burgundy, again, I'm not a huge fan of burgundy. It's not, yeah. If I usually want that color, I usually end up going more towards red than I do burgundy. But, yeah, it's really pretty. And I can't complain about this. This looks good. So, somebody's at the front door. Yes, okay. Well, listen, like I said, I will put some pictures of this up in this area like I normally do. I have an entire stack. I've probably got, I think, about 6 of them that I want to do. And they're all different kinds of paint. They're all different kind of mediums that I plan on using. Yeah. In fact, I had the varnish out. My polyurethane I was going to use on this, and it had gone bad. And it got some air in it. Anyway, I had just a little bit left, and I thought I had some, so I had to throw it away because it had solidified. Okay. Somebody's at the front door. Okay. So listen, I'm going to get off here and see who's at the front door. And I will see you in my next video. What do I always tell you guys? Be awesome, be great, do your thing, and I will see you in my next video.